Good morning, everyone. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. How you doing? How you doing? It's Thursday. How the devil are you all? Welcome in. If you don't know who we are, my name is Graham Day. We are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, even if we do say so ourselves. We are here for the next hour or so to give you our thoughts and our impressions on the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. We want your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. If you are in the chat, please do feel free to get involved on behalf of everyone else that watches and listens to this on demand. The time now is 10 a.m. ish. I saw Baby look at the clock then. It's not 10 a.m. It's 11:21. The time is 11:21. It's 10 a.m. ish, but we have an emote for that exact reason. So we do go live at 10 a.m. ish each and every single weekday. We do work in the video games industry, so we have to fit the streams in around that, but it's around 10 a.m. ish. Anyway, we do go live, but we turn the live stream into a podcast, a video that goes on YouTube, and an audio podcast that goes on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So if you're in the chat, please do feel free to get involved on behalf of everyone else that watches and listens on demand, because there's loads of them. There's millions of, well, probably about 3, but still shitloads of people. More than we'd expect. Anyway, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you to everyone that does watch and listen on demand. We appreciate you. Before we jump into the show, though, a couple of things. First things first, we mention it every day anyway. ! Loot drop. If anyone wants to type that in the chat, feel free. Don't have to. I'm sure you all know anyway, but subscribers get prizes, or at least the potential to get prizes anyway. This month, we are giving away this. Not that exact one, but that is the Ice Cream Uploads esports jersey. Someone can bag one of those, or anything else if they don't particularly want that, from the Ice Cream Uploads merch store. All you need to do is be a sub on the channel. If you're a sub, you get yourself entered into the loot drop free of charge. Just make sure you're a sub, you're in the Discord, you've got your accounts linked, and you're good to go. That's all you need to do. Secondly, Babe, have you got your pin badge to hand? I asked you to take a picture of it. I didn't ask if you had it to hand or not. But shout out to the beautiful people at Insert Coin. If you don't know who Insert Coin are, ! Insert Coin will give you the details in the chat. Insert Coin are, well, basically, I'm going to put it frankly, the best merchandise manufacturers in the world of video games anyway. Well, do you know what? Probably they're up there. They're up there. Best in the world. Anyway, it's their 11th birthday this month, so they turn 11 in July. And today's the 1st of July. So they sent us their commemorative pin badges. We've actually had these for a couple of weeks, but we've not been allowed to show them until now because obviously embargoed. Insert Coin wanted to wait until the moment was good to go. So yeah, shout out to Insert Coin for sharing their pin badges. Couple of things to mention. If you're interested in any Insert Coin merch, genuinely, I know we're saying this because we're obviously part of the Coin Army, so people probably you'll be like, yeah, you're getting paid to say it anyway. We're not getting paid to say it. But we love their clothing anyway. We can't earn money for ourselves, but what we can do is save money for you. So if you want to buy anything from them, use the code ICEICECREAM20. There you go. West's doing the command in the chat. What a guy. I love you, West. So ICEICECREAM20 will give you 20% off your first order on their website. Plus, anyone that orders this month will get one of these as well. So they have a collection of pin badges. So like, here's another one that they sent last year. This was the Insert Coin 2020 pin badge that they sent over last year. So they send out freebies with a lot of their orders, and anyone that buys this month will get themselves one of the exclusive pin badges. It's a limited time thing as well, so feel free to grab it and fill your boots. I see Ice Cream 20. We don't earn anything, so don't worry about that. Don't feel like you have to go and spend money to sort us out. We don't get anything off that. That's just a code for you guys to get something. So go fill your boots. Nice. King Cardano, good morning. Welcome in the chat. West, let's talk about West, baby. Gary Clark's in the chat says, evening, shaggers. It's not evening, it's 10 a.m.-ish, actually. I think you'll find.
He's taking the piss.
Yeah, it seems that way. It's 10 a.m.-ish. Good morning, all. Good morning. If you are in the chat, do feel free to get involved as the show goes on. We do turn this into a YouTube video. A lot of YouTube podcasts that are recorded live on Twitch don't interact with the chat, but the point of this show is that we want you guys to interact in the chat. So anyone that does watch on YouTube, they can watch the interaction that we have with you guys. So please feel free to get involved. Before we start, there will be gameplay. There will be gameplay today. I was talking in Hamish. If you don't know Big Hamish, check him out. on Twitch. He's a beautiful guy. Feel free to check out Hamish's channel. He plays PUBG anyway. I was talking with Hamish, and I mentioned that I may stream PUBG on the PC for the pest server, no, the test server stuff. But I'm not, because I'm playing with Bib, and Bib's PC will just karate chop him. So
he'll melt.
We're not going to do that. So we will be playing console games today. Nice. But if you're here for the news, let me give you the rundown. So first of all, Xbox says that Halo Infinite will not be a make or break moment for the franchise. The franchise will be around forever, regardless of whether this game is Halo Infinite. Actually, let me get the exclamation mark voice mods on the go. Whether it's Halo
Infinite, Halo Infinite,
or whether it's just like Hello, Craig. So yeah, if it's like Craig as it was, it doesn't matter. It's going to be around for 10 years. Moving ahead though, quickly. Call of Duty 2021 may have appeared on Battle.net under a secret name. If you want to know what that is, we'll tell you about that shortly. After that, a banned Destiny 2 streamer gets accused of cheating and then says he didn't do it. And then, gets his bumhole ripped wide open on the internet by Bungie. So we'll jump into that one. And then finally, we'll give you some free game news, as we like to do wherever possible. The PlayStation Plus games for July, have they been leaked or have they been announced? Either way, we've got the news for you, so feel free to stick
announced.
For that. Nice. Next gen base, good morning. Someone want to type exclamation mark 3D in the chat. Speaking of insert coin, by the way, my insert coin pin badge. I'm showing you guys first because I'm going to put this out on social media because it's nice to get exclusive bits. But shouting out for the exclamation mark 3D, it will be going out on social media in some form of that sort of shot, like an achievement unlocked, Stay Frosty, Jobby. So yeah. Nice. Okay, first bit of news for today, Bibby. Halo Infinite. If it's crap, would that be make or break for the franchise? What are your quick thoughts? And this is absolutely not me just filling time so I can get the Chrome browser source ready.
I think Halo will be around for an infinite amount of time, Graham.
Hey, pop. Nice. First bit of news, Tom Ivan at VGC has the lead story. It says, Xbox says Halo Infinite will not make or break the franchise. Quote, Halo will be here for 10 years from now, regardless of how Infinite is received, says Spencer. Nice. That's what you love to see. Also, shout out to Mr. Garlic Clark as well in the chat because he just hit retweet on the ice cream uploads. Go live tweet. I appreciate you. So into the article, the head of Xbox has expressed confidence in Halo Infinite's ability to please players, but has suggested the franchise will be around for many years to come, even if the upcoming game is not well received. Xbox reiterated during this month's E3 showcase that Halo Infinite, which was originally planned as an Xbox Series X and S launch title in 2020, will be released this holiday alongside the game's free-to-play multiplayer experience. Asked how much is riding on Halo Infinite as far as the future of the franchise is concerned, Xbox boss nailed it by the way. Phil Spencer. The thing is though, I'm going to stop for just a second. Let's jump out the article. For those of you who don't know, I struggle saying Xbox boss like back to back when I'm just saying it quickly, and I said it there like nailed it as if I nailed it, but you can clearly tell that I slow down and pronounce it properly as well. So am I really nailing it, or is it nailing me? That's anyway. Let's jump back into the article.
You're slowing down for the obstacles in front of you. That's fine.
Exactly. Rules of the road. Let's start that again. Okay. Asked how much is riding on Halo Infinite as far as the future of the franchise is concerned, Xbox boss Phil Spencer, told IGN the next series installment is far from make or break for the long-running series. Quote, I don't know if this is what you want me to say or not, like when I think about the community, but I'm just being honest, I don't think about it that way. Like the future of the franchise, he responded. Halo will be here 10 years from now. Is Infinite the linchpin on whether it survives that long? Absolutely not. The game has such a rabid fan base and such a history and lore that it's just an IP that's going to be with us. We don't take that for granted, but I definitely believe in my core that this is true. Spencer reiterated comments he made last week when he expressed confidence in 343 Industries' ability to deliver a quality product in time for the 2021 holiday season, but he said he had no desire to put any additional pressure on the people making the game. Quote, I never want to put a team in a position where they feel this one's got to land or who knows, he said. The Xbox exec see, there we go. Xbox exec. I can say that one. GG's, boys. That's what we like. The Xbox exec added, we are so focused on Halo this holiday and making it a game that our Halo fans will be proud of. That's the most important thing to us. But I'm not one of these kind of dire prediction people. I think game teams, whether it's our teams or any team out there, they put enough kind of pressure on themselves in delivering for customers, and when you're a franchise that's as big as Halo, with such focus on every step and every word that's said. I trust the team, I trust the progress they're making, and I have confidence in Halo Infinite and think that's all that needs to be said here. I don't think it's make or break, I just don't believe that, he continued. I think there are going to be millions of people that are going to play the game and love that game, and I'm sure there will be some people that will see opportunities for us to do more, and that's just the nature of being in the entertainment business, and we accept it. Accept it, that should be, but okay. That's just a kind of what we've signed up. Okay, I don't know if that's a butcher. Okay, that's what we've signed up to, and we love being a part of that. Spencer explained last week why Halo Infinite doesn't yet have a confirmed release date ahead of its planned holiday 2021 launch. Elsewhere in the IGN interview, Spencer said he understands why some consumers are unsure if studio acquisitions are a good thing or a bad thing for the gaming, but we'll leave that there. We can jump back into the conversation starter. Halo, is it big enough to continue? We know it's had a little bit of a spotty few years, just as Xbox has. However, Xbox have been nailing it recently. They can go forever, as it looks right now, and so can Halo, regardless of whether Infinite is good. According to the Xbox boss, Phil Spencer. Nailed it again. What are your thoughts, babe?
Yes. Yeah, I think this is going to be around for as long as Xbox is around. I can never see Halo not being on a Microsoft console. Do you know what I mean? Like in 10 years' time, we're still going to be seeing Halo games. They kind of have fallen from grace over the last couple of years in terms of a player base. Like a lot of people are still playing competitive Halo, but on the older versions of the game. Halo will always be here in one way or another, whether or not it's going to be a free-to-play game, like the multiplayer is going to be at some point, or it's just going to be just multiplayer, no campaign. Like Halo will always be around. I'm sure a Wild Jordan will come in any second now and be able to set the record straight across the whole lore of Halo and everything else that goes around with it. But as far as I'm concerned, you can't have an Xbox console without having Halo. It's alongside the likes of Forza. I mean, Fable was put down and left for a long time. Halo will never get that treatment. They make far too much money off Halo. So, yeah, I can't see this being a make and break for them. I don't think they ever will. Even if it was a break, they'd still continue to put them out. I don't think a make or break situation will ever be applicable to Halo and the franchise itself. But you can definitely tell a bad Halo game from a good one. And I think that's the difference. They'll still continue to pump them out. Just be a case of, is it a good Halo game? Will it continue to be played?
I mean, you can tell a bad Halo game from a good one because they've not made a good one yet. And not only that, I mean, the only reason they get played is because it's a poor game for a poor console full of inferior people. That's what. I'm only joking. I just know that
Feel free to get the clips ready.
We just know that there's a few Xbox players in the chat, so I'm starting off with the bands. But there you go. We'll get some Master Chief It's Happening emotes in the chat to balance it out. All right, calm down, calm down. Yeah, it's almost a silly question. Like it's like. Where was the comment? There we go. Gary, that sounds a bit like Xbox aren't that confident in Halo Infinite. And I feel that's kind of one of those horrible questions. Whereas Phil Spencer, how do you answer that? Will Halo be around in 10 years? If Master Chief and Co are shit in Infinite, are they still going to be here? I mean, what does he say? Yes, they're going to be here, or you think it's shit? Okay, no, they're not going to be here, so you think it's shit? Okay, even if it's good, we think it's good, but it's not, but they're still, it's just kind of like, it's one of those horrendous questions that I do kind of feel sorry for him there in terms of, like, someone's asked him a specific question that he can't really answer. What he's trying to say is, okay, look, this fucking franchise is massive. So it's going to be around. It will still pull in the money. You have to do something extraordinarily bad to drop off an entire community the size of Salford Sirens, by the way. Windows open this morning, you can tell. I don't know if you got that in the background. You have to piss off an entire community badly, especially when you have millions of users, and it's probably the biggest franchise that Xbox has. They have to do something completely wrong to lose everyone from that. Yes, you may have to build that back up over time if you do have a series of below par games, but I mean, look at what they've just had. MCC. How much content has been dropped into the Master Chief Collection? Halo players absolutely adore what's been done in the Master Chief Collection. I mean, I will probably pull that back a little bit and say Halo players are adoring what's been done in the Master Chief Collection, in the fact that anyone I know that loves that game is a Halo player. Most people I know are not playing the Master Chief Collection. They may dabble here and there, but it's not something they're putting a lot of time into. But I don't think they need to with that. What that is doing is geeing up their community. And if they can have a community that is super passionate, super open to the idea, and super loving the game, when the game launches and all the newbies come into the community, because that's what happens with any game launch, these newbies are going to be like, okay, this is actually a really nice community. What were we playing the other day? Oh, we were looking at. Oh no, it was no, never mind. It was work stuff. And so I won't go into any details, but myself and Bib are doing some work stuff at the moment, which is basically a new community that we're working in, and it's just a super nice, self-helpful.
You could say the same about state of decay.
State of
You
Decay,
could say that you could whatever. We could take exactly what you were just about to say and apply it to the State of Decay community. I have never seen a community as welcoming as those guys are. Literally people that we've never even come across before joining our game and giving us all of the food, all of the fuel, all of the weapons, all of the bullets, all of the bandages, and just literally holding our hand through the game.
Duke of Donuts dropping in and giving all the weapons, and who was it that came in and fixed the broken gun that just somehow happened to appear underneath that desk? Was that Donuts as well, or was that? I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah, it did help. Squads.
There, quads. That's it. Yeah, quads dropping in and helping out with. Yeah, nice. But that's it. That's wonderful, and that's not bespoke to specific games, and that's not there for other games. Some game communities can be seen as toxic overall, but that's just there's a toxic vocal community. Doesn't necessarily mean that the community is wonderful. But the point is, if you can change that vocal community to be positive, which the Master Chief Collection will have done a lot of work for that. Not that the Halo community was inherently toxic before anyway, but what I'm saying is they've built themselves a nice positive foundation where their community feel valued. They've delivered a great game. So even if Halo Infinite was a flop, the community are like, okay, well, that's just one we're going to have to take on the chin. It's not like back-to-back knockout blows. It's a case of, yeah, okay, we've been stung. But we'll wait for the next one. And there will be a next one. There will be a next one. It's like Naughty Dog going, well, that's it. We don't need The Last of Us now. We did number one. Yeah, all right. Cheers, mate. We'll just leave it there. Yeah, all right then. Okay, because that happens anymore. So it's a cash cow. Get that milked. And they will do. They will milk it. Hopefully they don't. Like, milking it is a negative phrase. Hopefully it's not a negative. Hopefully they continue to build on that, because some of the best franchises over the last couple of decades, like the MCU, they've milked that for all intents and purposes. How many films have they looped in, but done it exceptionally well? So there's no reason why Halo can't continue to deliver stories. Yeah, you may get a few duff moments here and there, but yeah, it's going to be here. It's going to be here for a long time. Good morning, Mr. Jim Butters.
Halo.
Oops, sorry. Continue.
Halo lives and dies by its multiplayer. Unfortunately, like the solo campaign. If I am a single player game enthusiast, like I love playing storylines in games. The reason I don't really tend to go multiplayer is because I'm usually terrible at games. But playing single player campaign is fantastic. It's just I don't always feel like that is the strongest part of Halo, and I'm not going to live or die on that hill, because there has been some, like Halo 3, for instance. Well, the first three, in my opinion, ODST is the best one in my opinion, and I don't think I'm alone with that. But I also think it's not a lot of people's favorite ones, which is absolutely fine because it's all down to personal taste. But I feel like the only way that Halo games always survive is literally down to the multiplayer and how good it is. So if the multiplayer sucks, I feel like the game will probably not do as well. Halo Reach, for instance, I don't think that probably potentially gets as much fanfare as it potentially should. But again, you live and die by the multiplayer aspect of a Halo game. If it's not good, if the maps are shit, then there's no way out for it, really. It won't get talked about like the rest of them.
I completely agree. Sorry, I was distracted then because I've just seen Gary's latest meme. I don't know if you've seen that one. Let me just
I have not yet.
a couple of things. If anyone's in the chat and is on Twitter, if you want to hit retweet on that tweet, that would be lovely. That does let people know that we are live. And the more people know we're live, the more people we can get in, we can help the channel grow. Nice. Wonderful. But if you do that as well, make sure you check out Ice Cream Uploads' account because we have just hit retweet on the latest Gary Clark meme, which is Bibby trying on his t-shirt, which is back to front. That's possibly up there with my favourites so far. So GG's, appreciate that one. I'm going to put the link in the chat as well. Just
What a
do
wanker.
it. There you go. Check that one out. Nice. Okay, Jim Butters, there we go. He says, I think Halo will be around for a long time, but if it was a flop and was a Cyberpunk, I think it would only damage Halo, but Xbox as well, as it's their flagship game. So if they can get that right, then who knows? I mean, that's a good point. That is a very good point. It's the intrinsically linked. And I think that happens, like, I'm trying to think Sony-wise. Is there a game that is as close to the brand as Master Chief is with Halo? I mean, don't get me wrong. Naughty Dog, Last of Us, PlayStation. But you don't... It's not like side by side. And is that just a simple thing that Master Chief is green, Xbox is green, so it's the same thing? Is it that? Like, Sega's logo is blue, Sonic is blue, so that's the same thing?
I don't know. I think PlayStation have had too many mascots over the years that have fallen by the wayside. Like when you think of the original PlayStation, you probably think of the likes of Crash Bandicoot and Tomb Raider and things like that. But nowadays, you can't really put them towards a PlayStation franchise anymore because they're available on everything.
Yeah.
But Xbox coming out with Halo day one and then it just being there and not being available anywhere else. That's one of the that very much that you'd put next to Sega and Sonic. I know Sonic has been everywhere else, but when you think of Sega, you immediately associate with Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's just one of those things now. Like you can't. It's a mascot that will last forever for as long as Xbox decide to make. Microsoft make Xboxes and Halo games. Will always be associated with it. There's no. I don't think anything else comes close on an Xbox console. Obviously, you got likes of Forza and Gears of War, but still Halo, in my opinion. And the Gears of War fans will probably disagree, but it is always Halo.
No, I agree. I mean,
that's coming from someone who's not a massive fan of either of them.
Phoenix in Gears of War is definitely an Xbox brand, but Master Chief is Xbox. It's not like an Xbox brand that is Xbox. It's side by side. So that is a good point. That's a good point because one thing that Xbox have done recently, we mentioned it over and over again over the last few weeks and months, is Xbox's brand positioning, their marketing, their consumer, basically their consumer acquisition program. Basically, how you speak to your audience and present yourself. How can you win new users? Xbox are very, very much in a recruitment phase, so they're trying to bring new users in. Nothing wrong with that. That's wonderful. Recruitment phases mean that you tend to get a shitload of extra stuff for free. Game Pass, anyone? And they are absolutely nailing it. But if Xbox, and by Xbox in that instance, I mean Master Chief and Halo, if Xbox comes out and it's crap, Halo Infinite isn't great, then that is a big knock to probably one of the biggest chinks in their armor is and has been their games. They've wonderful, excellent, exceptional, groundbreaking, like market renovating. Is that the word I'm looking? Basically, they're changing the way that the market works with Game Pass. But if you can get shitloads of games and stuff, that's great, they're wonderful, and you save yourself a lot of cost and stuff. That is a single benefit on its own. But if the games that you're getting that are exclusive are a bit naff, that will probably make people start to reel. It's like the Netflix effect. You get a lot of people that will put money into Netflix, start paying for a few months, and then will go, actually, I'm not watching it anymore, and pull back. Could you get that with Game Pass? I know that's a little bit different because games are open-ended and you keep playing it, but there's still the potential of it. And if Master Chief comes out, Halo Infinite comes out and is a bit garbage, then could that be people going, actually, Xbox still aren't there when it comes to games? They've got now their brand proposition. It's not Connect, it's not TV, it's games, and it's good games, lots of games, all the games for a cheap-ass price, but not next next step? Where's the new experiences? So I hope Halo Infinite absolutely kills it. But I mean, the good thing is that, as we've said already, whether it kills it or not, there's enough there for Halo to come back. And I think all that means is that if they have to take this one on the chin, Microsoft, and Halo Infinite is garbage, the next one, you can pretty much guarantee that they are going to be, okay, dark room situation. Get everyone in, lock the doors, heads down, and then full on. We need to build a script. Let's get fucking. It'll be like Elf, where they bring in like Miles Finch to come in and write the script. They'll get the video game Miles Finch to come in, and then they'll have a little fight over the table and stuff. But he'll leave his little pocketbook of ideas. No, okay, that's too far. Analogy's gone. But yeah, they'll do that. They'll pull out all the stops. I believe Infinite will kill it. Yeah, nice. I believe Infinite will kill it. But if they don't, it will next time. Guaranteed. There's no Xbox. We'll drop that.
Is there any expectation on it though? Because the fact that the multiplayer is going to be free to play, is there any expectation for it in that department?
I believe so. I mean, there's a lot of expectation on Fortnite's shoulders, and there's a lot of expectation on Warzone's shoulders. So, yeah, I believe there's a lot of expectation. I mean, like you've mentioned yourself, the multiplayer is free to play, but that is the core of Halo, just like it's the core of Call of Duty. I mean, I'll leave Fortnite out because it's not as easy to do all of the comparisons. But Call of Duty has the full game where you pay for the game and you get the multiplayer, aka just a battle royale, but you get the multiplayer separate. I know there is other multiplayer, but stick with it. And that is the free-to-play bit. But in the same with anyone that's played Call of Duty for years, you bought Call of Duty to play through the stories, which were really good. Everyone's been in the AC-130 shooting the black and white little dudes running across. Yeah, but then you jump into multiplayer with your mates, and that's where you spend the next 6 months waiting for the new game to come out, kind of thing. So I believe it's that with Halo, but Halo's much bigger from all intents and purposes. I don't know. I'm only going off what I've been told by the likes of you and Jordan, that the multiplayer is the core. So yes, it's free to play, but I believe that's Xbox realizing how big free to play is in terms of giving people access to the content. And then if you combine that with season passes, and then combine that with the fact that their season passes don't expire and you can just buy them whenever you want, I think there's still a lot of expectations on multiplayer, but they've just come at it from a good angle, which all happy to applaud.
You get to play these games on Games Pass anyway. So if you have Game Pass, you can play any of the Halo games, especially this one when it comes out day one. Fantastic. If you don't have Game Pass, you're able to play the multiplayer version of Halo Infinite for free. No questions asked. You just buy Season Pass if you want to. You don't have to, obviously. I very rarely buy them in games unless I know I'm going to absolutely hammer them. But I get the opportunity to be able to play Halo. I mean, I've already got Games Pass. I'm just trying to separate myself from that. If you're a Halo fan and all you ever care about is multiplayer, you have to put your hand in your pocket. You probably will for the Season Pass, but for all intents and purposes, you're getting a free game, and probably a game that you are going to spend the next 12 months just plowing all of your time into. Again, it's just Microsoft being consumer first, and again, fantastic decision made by them if that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, you have to applaud all of that element as well, because I mean, obviously we're going off the Halo Infinite kind of conversation now, but even just yesterday, I mentioned Hamish earlier on. I was talking Hamish, and I've had the conversation with West in the past previously in terms of those guys play on Xbox, I play on PlayStation. We can play together because it's cross-play, but you don't get cross-platform, cross-play parties, so you have to use something like Discord, but some of those guys are playing directly on the Xbox console, so you need Xbox Live Party Chat, and Xbox Live used to have a gold subscription to be able to run parties or to play free games. Xbox realised that that's a bullshit barrier that doesn't need to be there. There is no need to have Xbox Live Gold or whatever they call it now to be able to play Fortnite or Warzone. And you don't need that subscription to have a party. So I can play on my PlayStation, hooked up to my PC. Usually I'd be in Discord. When I played with West previously, I jumped in Discord. But if I played with West and Hamish and whoever else and they were on Xbox, I can load up the Xbox app on my PC without needing to buy a subscription to Xbox Live to jump in and just have the comms. Xbox like, yeah, fill your boots, go for it. Which is very different to the story that we had yesterday, which I think Jordan or someone linked in the Discord. It was Tito put it in the Discord actually, about PlayStation and how they've been treated. Do you know, actually, I'm going to jump off script. I'm going to Yeah, can you drop that link in somewhere? Because if I go out, I'll have to
Yes.
kill you off the
I
screen.
should have featured that because I actually read the entire thread yesterday and I've completely disregarded it. So even though I say, do you want to help shape our show? Clearly, I'm not fucking doing it.
I mean, it does for everyone else, just not Tito. Do you want to be ignored on our show? Okay, while you're doing that,
The thread of the article.
Whichever one you feel is good, just so that I can give someone a summary to do the comparison of like where PlayStation are and where Xbox are, kind of thing. Jumping back through the comments, so I've got 2.5 years left. Oh, actually, no, a bit further up. Gagad, good morning. I'll read. Lest Lake is here. We know West is here, but Lest, that's a bit of both. Good morning. Happy jobness as well. Congratulations, dude. Tito says it won't because Game Pass is genius in that it's tied to Xbox Live too. Also, good morning. Good morning. Next Gen Base says I've got 2.5 years left of Game Pass. Can't see me shifting away from it after that either because of the value. Not even memeing. He's absolutely memeing. I don't believe him anymore. No, exactly. It's such good value. It is ridiculously good. I'm probably gonna. I may even scale up into the Xbox hierarchy. That's the word I was looking for. So I may start off with an Xbox Series S, and then if I'm liking it, I may jump up to the Series X. Yeah. At the moment, I have a One S, like I've mentioned many times, is pretty much a device that allows me to watch Twitch on my TV. That's pretty much what it gets used for. Nothing else, really. But Game Pass, every day I talk about it, I get closer and closer to actually just shelling out a few quid on it. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Eternal Lee HD. With my consumer hat on, Xbox Game Pass is utterly phenomenal value. There is no so much variety in what's on offer. Not just the new games promise. Exactly. I mean, that's it. I mean, that is genius. It's the best move. I mean, don't get me wrong. Getting Halo, getting Forza, getting EA games or whatever free at launch is wonderful. That is exceptional. That will keep people using your platform. GG's. But how do you get people over when I'm sat here with my PS5 and I have access to, I mean, let's forget the fact that PlayStation gave a bunch of games free to PS5 users, but let's say my God of Wars, my Spider-Mans, my Horizons, all the other games that I've got on PlayStation that I play with my mates and stuff. Why am I going to move over to Xbox? Because if I wanted to jump into any of those games, they're all tied to my PlayStation account. I can't take my purchases over. Xbox, okay, don't worry, you get all of those and 10,000 more for free. Okay, well, that's a little bit different now because that was the biggest hurdle for me. Everything I've bought is on PlayStation. I get all of that and more on Xbox. Oh, well, there you go. That's it. And that's the genius part out of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Brand new game coming out on launch day and I can spend 50 quid in it, or I can just play it there for free. Okay, I'll do that. Boom. And the first party one's really good. So getting an Xbox and the Forza and stuff, but it's when you get the coups of, I know it wasn't necessarily great and it became free for everyone, I think eventually, didn't it? Outriders. But Outriders free on Xbox. Wonderful, wonderful. Stuff like that, when you've got third-party games coming free to Xbox, those are the big punches that just everyone body shot, just winding the PlayStation, I want to say monopoly, powerhouse, let's put it that way. Binning off the gold requirement free-to-play titles was well overdue, but needed for things like Halo, absolutely. I loved the multiplayer in the original Halo, but I haven't been back to the series since, don't know why. Jim Butter says Halo multiplayer is amazing. I spent many years with Martin on Halo 3 multiplayer. It's amazing fun. I just hope Infinite smashes it. I hope Microsoft really don't drop the ball. I genuinely don't believe they will. I mean, I'm happy enough to eat my words if I'm proven wrong, but with how well they've been treating Master Chief Collection, I genuinely think that Halo Infinite is going to be fine. I would be hugely surprised if it's not. West says, we all still dream of a Discord loving where both PS and Xbox ditch their party chats and both switch to Discord. I still believe that's the future. The fact that it's coming to PlayStation in the next 12 months is good. But that's only because PlayStation have invested. They don't own anything there. There's no exclusivity on that. So it's probably going to be a PlayStation first situation, but then we'll come to Xbox. I mean, if PlayStation are getting something... Xbox are not shy at bringing new things and working with outside companies at this point in time. So Xbox, I can see it happening. I mean, yes, they didn't get to buy them. The only thing that could slow that down is the garbage trash heap that is Microsoft Teams. If if working with Discord unsettles that internally, that could cause fractures, which could slow it down. But we'll see. We'll see. It's coming to PlayStation next year in some capacity. It'd be interesting if Microsoft put something in place for it as well. I don't know why I got an Xbox Series S. I use my PC more and have Game Pass. Comes with the EA Play 2. Game Pass is amazing, and Microsoft did it amazingly well there. Yeah, exactly. But then again, you've got the Series S, future-proofed. I mean, it's such a good value console that there's no negative to having it there. You've got the option there now.
No.
Nah, mate, Teams now, innit? Exactly. Can you imagine linking your work Teams account by mistake, though? I mean, trying to link my work Teams account or trying to use my work Teams account is fecking ridiculous at the best of times. But anyway, I don't think the strategy is to necessarily make you buy an Xbox to make you subscribe to Game Pass via PC, smart TV, browser phone, tablet, console. It doesn't matter to them. PlayStation players will want to play games like Starfield, Halo, Sea of Thieves, Forza Horizon, Elder Scrolls, Flight Sim, etc. And now they don't have to buy an expensive console in order to do it. They can just sub to Game Pass and play it through the cloud. The business model has completely changed. Absolutely, and that's what's pushing the industry forward. The only worry is if there is a buyer shift. Obviously, the world has shifted towards subscription models, and this is something that's only just started to happen in technology. It's been around in retail for 15, 20 years. Like the Dollar Shave Club, you don't really hear about it in the UK because obviously dollar, it's an American thing, but going to the supermarket, buying razors when I can just spend one flat fee and then I will get my razors sent to me each and every month kind of thing. And then you get like, there was like Teesprings and stuff like that did t-shirt subscriptions and stuff. That stuff was like, that's what G'd on things like Netflix. It's just that video games have only just started to work it in. But that's an advantage that Xbox has that PlayStation doesn't. That Xbox has done that with value. PlayStation's equivalent, PlayStation Now, just doesn't deserve to be mentioned. So yeah.
It's like when the barrier of entry is so low. I mean, this sounds like a fucking sales pitch again for Xbox Game Pass, but it genuinely isn't. But if the barrier of entry is £1 for 3 months if you've never had it before, and then like I think I pay £8 a month for mine. Like the barrier of entry is so low. Yeah, but that's for like the ultimate one. So I don't even have to pay for Xbox Gold because it comes with it. I mean, this is super. I don't even have an Xbox Series X or S. I really want one. I mean, for £250, I could probably buy one. And this is so salesy, but it's just the barrier of entry is so low for playing a next gen console. It's outrageous how they're actually making money off any of this. But they are hand over fist. So what do I know?
Exactly. By the way, hashtag ad. Do you want to shout out to Microsoft and the Xbox boss for sponsoring?
Listen,
none of
if
this
it was an
podcast.
ad, they better send me a fucking Xbox now because I am super jealous. I still haven't
Xbox
got
now.
one.
No, it's PlayStation now. God, that's why you're not getting them because you keep getting. God.
I'm never playing PlayStation Now again ever.
Speaking of PlayStation Now, Eternally, do you guys envision Sony adopting a similar approach to Game Pass using PlayStation Now, as in day and date releases on the service? At the moment, no. Purely because of what Jim Ryan mentioned in the fact that the games that they want to create, the costs don't balance, the sheets don't balance, the books don't balance, which I still kind of think. I mean, cat, hashtag cat.
She's trying to throw herself out the window again.
Let's get cat cam on the go. Go on, cat.
Just thinking about it.
But yeah, no, for the time being, I can't see it. I can see PlayStation probably looking at PS Plus and how to change that and how to incorporate some of that stuff into PS Plus. Maybe incorporating PS Now into PS Plus or changing their funding policy so that PS Plus goes from being a £40 a year to offering that £10 a month sort of thing. But I think PlayStation are pretty slow to react on that. I think it's going to be a long old journey for PlayStation's cost evolution there. Anyway, okay, let me jump back through the comments so I can jump into this link. I don't know how Sony Party Chat is, but I don't have an issue mostly with Xbox Party Chat. I don't. It's not bad, Sony Party Chat. You can't really fault it. You can fault the PlayStation 5
UI.
It's fucking terrible, but the party chat is fine. It's just as good as Xbox party chat, in my opinion. Both are behind Discord, obviously. I find Xbox
Absolutely.
party chat hit and miss, says West. I find lots of issues with it, and when using Discord, you notice the difference. There you go. The quality is much better, and very few missed words. Yeah, okay. I'll rephrase my sentence. There's nothing wrong with it if you know what you're getting from party chat. It's like it's like using Skype versus Discord. So
Is anyone still using Skype, by the way?
ish. I have it installed, but only for work
Did that get left behind with MSN Messenger?
Oh, it didn't.
Like,
It
it
didn't.
should have just been left in the noughties.
That's the shame. It didn't. Some people still use it as their primary business communication method, which is a shame because we have to have it for that exact reason. Literally, the only time we use Skype is when we're trying to do our magical trickery to get Masters of the League stuff working, where we have to have a Discord. Because Skype is that bad, we use Skype and mute it. We only use it so you can see Bibby's face. For the audio, we then have Discord running in the background, and Bibby uses his phone inside his headphones to communicate because Skype audio is shit. So that's how bad it is. Anyway, Game Pass is good in so far that people will only buy it while the proposition is attractive. They have to keep the games coming to achieve that. Exactly. And that's where I was kind of saying with the Netflix thing. Netflix, we all think is wonderful and makes money hand over fist, but Netflix are teetering. It's the amount of money that they're having to spend on new content. They're building bigger, better franchises and series than they've ever made before to bring in new users, but that pushes the cost up because people have seen it all and then want to leave, kind of thing. So you have to keep the value there, which is the difficult bit. All three big companies have different strategies. Xbox strategy is service-based. PlayStation is hardware, software-based. Nintendo strategy is IP-based. Exactly. Fascinating to see how it all works out. I do believe there will be some changing of their strategies, which is exactly how you have to be to survive. Still keep you grounded, but changing things. Be interesting to see where that goes over the next few years, though. The head of PlayStation has previously said they don't see it being sustainable. I like how you guys talk about Xbox so much, and here I sit with my Xbox Series X console in my lap. You're only supposed to hold the controller, Lake. We've told you this before. You don't need to hold the console. That doesn't work that way. The PS Chat is much more reliable than Xbox Party Chat. I've had so many issues, even last night with SM10 VR, but never had any issues on my PS4 or PS5 with a third-party headset. Well, there you go. Anyway, so as we carry on with the Xbox loving, and let's just stick the boot into PlayStation a little bit more, as this is the article that Jordan shared on Twitter yesterday. Well, this is an article that summarizes the thread that Jordan shared. Did Tito share this article, or did we get the link for the article?
No. So Tito shared the link to the tweets. Jordan shared the link to the article.
There you
go. The tweets, I think it's a little bit disjointed. Definitely readable as tweets, but an article obviously shows it a little bit better.
Yeah, that makes sense. Brendan Sinclair at GI.biz says, Indies criticise Sony over discount policies, poor communication, and more. Twitter thread from Neon Doctrine co-founder Ian Garner has complaints echoed and verified by numerous peers. This morning, Neon Doctrine co-founder Ian Garner posted a Twitter thread about Platform X, which he did not name, but identified as the operator of a very successful console and does not have Game Pass. I wonder what that can be. In the thread, Garner criticised not just the lack of promotion it gave indie developers and publishers for their titles, but the choice. I'm reading this fast, by the way, so I've just realised how far into the time we are, and we're still on the first story-ish, although we have taken a few twists and turns. Anyway, picking up the pace again. In the thread, Garner criticised not just the lack of promotion it gave indie developers and publishers for their titles, but the choices it made that minimised their ability to move the needle on their own. Quote, wish lists have no effect, so all your personal marketing means nothing to Platform X, Garner said. All that matters is their evaluation. How is this evaluation done? Dunno. They don't share that, nor will they share the value they ascribe to my game. End quote. Garner also criticised the lack of clarity on how a company is supposed to get an account manager, which in brackets is a prerequisite for submitting trailers and blog posts for promotion on the platform. An inability to control launch discounts, an invite-only policy to participate in sales, and a $25,000 minimum spend to have a game featured on the storefront. Quote, in conclusion, Platform X is super successful and awesome hardware, but their back-end and process is straight out of the early 2000s, Garner said. I have no idea how to succeed on this platform, and they won't tell me. Even if I do succeed, They may screw me anyway. If there was any doubt that Sony was the platform in question, it was squashed by the numerous responses from independent developers and publishers echoing Garner's frustrations. Whitethorn Games CEO Matthew White posted a, quote, totally hypothetical, definitely not name reveal breakdown pie chart in a tweet thread, noting that less than 3% of sales as a company are on Platform X, which was labelled in the chart as Nolan North, the voice actor behind Uncharted protagonist Nathan Drake. White went on to say email communications with the platform are returned in months rather than days or weeks. The process of obtaining sales reports is unnecessarily time-consuming and outdated, and it has no marketing, analytics, or advertising assessment tools for developers. Quote, Platform X is our worst performing platform, worse than other well-known plumber or super soldier related video game systems, and also worse than DRM free sales platforms like Itch, etc. White said last month we made more on Google AdMob. Ragnar Tornquist of Red Thread Games retweeted Garner's original post saying, this thread mirrors our experiences exactly. Draugen has been out for over a year on consoles. When was the last time it was discounted or featured in a sale? And it's definitely not for lack of trying. It's disheartening. We're a pretty established developer with a proven track record, but I honestly have no idea who to even contact to make console sales happen. It's like trying to be heard in the vacuum of space. Hypnospace Outlaw developer Jay Tolan went ahead and named names, saying, yep, PlayStation sucks for indie devs. We've sold like trash on there compared to other big consoles. We make more sales on Itch alone than we do on PlayStation, I'm pretty sure. Tolan ended his tweet by saying, Mike, I'll delete this if you want to, lol. Presumably directed at Mike Rose, founder of Hypnospace Outlaw and publisher No More Robots. Rose had already weighed in on Garner's thread more obliquely a little earlier, saying, there's a thread going around today that lots of people are sharing. The reason you don't see more threads like it is because devs are too worried to say it publicly. But trust me when I say the vast majority of devs are reading that thread and nodding their heads violently. Yikes. I mean, this is a shame, but also not a surprise. Do you want to play with your friends on different consoles? Yeah, of course you can. But the brands that develop those games and put all the effort into bringing you those games are getting charged for one platform. Platform X. This Platform X also doesn't really care about advertising certain games. It wants to advertise what it wants. It wants to control sales revenues and so on elsewhere. It's such a shame. And this is the danger of success, ladies and gentlemen. We've spoken about it quite a few times. The brand that's in second place, you've got to make up the ground. If it's a race and you're in second place, congratulations, you are first loser. And Xbox was first loser. So what did they do? They made changes to get into first place. They're not there yet, but that ground is being eaten up between them. And if PlayStation continues to be crap at dealing with developers, crap at organising sales and discounts and promotion for developers, which then obviously benefit consumers, crap at working with other brands to create cross-platform opportunities. We've already seen major games be pulled from crossplay only on PlayStation because of Sony's actions. If Sony continue to be so dismissive, then it will come back to haunt them. Xbox were in first place in the Xbox 360 generation. They took that for granted. We said PlayStation hadn't taken that for granted. Yeah, they hadn't. Not publicly, not in front of everyone, but it seems that behind the scenes they absolutely are taking that for granted, which is a shame for gamers. That's what it is. When I'm not promoting console wars whatsoever, but it's a shame. It's nice to see Xbox seeing the error of their ways and corrected it tenfold. PlayStation have gone the opposite way tenfold, which is a shame. But there you go. Anyway, we'll put a pin in this because even within the tweet thread as well, Ian Garner, the person who did that thread about, from Neon Doctrine talking about Platform X, aka PlayStation, someone did say, he did say something like, I didn't mean to ignite the console wars. If from all of this thread, the one thing that you're taking away is that your box of plastic is better than someone else's box of plastic, then you're completely missing the point. I agree. We want all the games for everyone and all the platforms and everyone to be really, really good. Sadly, money makes people make stupid decisions. And yeah, it happens across the board, but PlayStation are doing a lot more of them at this point in time, which is a shame. Anyway, moving ahead. Call of Duty 2021 may have appeared on Battle.net, apparently. Apparently, this is the article. Under the name Slipstream. This is written by Morgan Park at PC Gamer. It says, looks like we're getting closer to an announcement. Excuse me, you may have heard the nice little throaty burp. Yeah, enjoy. It's about that time of year when we should be learning more about the next Call of Duty game, and a new leak from the depths of Battle.net itself may point to an upcoming announcement. An encrypted build for what might be the next COD recently appeared on the client under the codename Slipstream. Excuse me. This information comes courtesy of Helber, the owner and operator of BlizzTrack, an independent site that keeps track of new assets and builds uploaded to the Battle.net client. Helber said on Twitter that they discovered the Slipstream logo right alongside Call of Duty 21 assets in Battle.net. In a separate tweet, Helber also shared backend code that suggests Slipstream, also referred to as 4 in internal dev builds, apparently, will have an alpha before its release, which will be pretty standard for the next Call of Duty. The stylization of the Slipstream logo, which you can see below, is roughly consistent with strong rumours that this year's COD game will return to World War II. There you go. As Charlie Intel points out, Slipstream may also be a reference to the 2008 World War II radio drama of the same name. Until now, we've been referring to the project by its last known codename, Call of Duty Vanguard. Back in May, Activision finally confirmed that Sledgehammer is leading development on the game. As for the name Slipstream, it's probably best not to read too much into it. Studios will often assign codenames to games whose real names haven't been announced or decided, and they often bear little resemblance to the final title. The logo, on the other hand, may share some characteristics with the final branding for whatever Call of Duty Vanguard Slipstream 4 turns out to be. So far, Helber is the only person claiming to have seen all of this Slipstream business on Battle.net, so take it with a grain of salt. This is all getting a bit confusing. Activision, maybe it's time for a proper reveal. New Call of Duty, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play the last one?
No, I didn't. I haven't played Cold War. I've not played Cold War. I've played a little bit of the Battle Royale, but no, I've not really played much Call of Duty in the longest time. I mean, I've always been a Battlefield guy. I do like Call of Duty. I prefer the larger scale warfare than the corridor shooter that is Call of Duty. Obviously, times have changed with Call of Duty, and it's not so much as a very narrow corridors in very narrow places. But yeah, I was always a Battlefield guy anyway, but I haven't played a Call of Duty in a while, to be honest.
Do you know what me?
Before we move on, the last one I played, I think, was Black Ops 4 because it had that like CS:GO mode where it was like 5v5. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like it was just basically CS:GO, but in Call of Duty, you have to buy your guns beforehand.
Was that the Spec Ops?
Was it Spec Ops? I can't remember. I genuinely can't. But whatever that one was, it was like I can't remember what it's called, like Cash or Rush or I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. But that was the last one that I played. I didn't play it for long. Again, I can't wait for a new Battlefield game. If I had to choose between either of them, it's Battlefield all day.
I've just come to the realization that I'm clearly not Mr. Call of Duty that I used to be anymore because I haven't played Black Ops, Blackout, Cold War. There we go. I haven't played Cold War. I didn't play Modern Warfare, and I played what was the one before that? Was that World War II? I can't remember. I played that for like 5 minutes, kind of thing. So yeah, clearly I'm not Mr. Call of Duty anymore. So yeah, nice. I will stick with Warzone. I think that's it for me for now. Nice. It's funny that you mentioned Call of Duty Black Ops 4 though, because we'll come back to that in just a second.
Yeah.
But for now, we do have a little bit of an interesting article to almost finish up. This is our penultimate article. This is written by Jody Macgregor at PC Gamer, and it says, banned Destiny 2 streamer denies cheating, gets ruined by Bungie. Tagline, stop, he's already dead, .gif. Nice. So when Destiny 2 hopped from Battle.net to Steam at the end of 2019, the number of players cheating apparently ballooned. As YouTuber Aztec Cross put it in the video above, quote, you would look at players and their record. They would go from a 0.5 KD to a 2.5, 3.5 or higher. You're like, what the hell did they eat? According to Bungie, cheating went up roughly 50% in the first 4 months of 2020. Since then, Bungie has shut down cheat seller Perfect Aim and teamed up with Riot to take Gator cheats to court. As anyone who plays the Trials of Osiris mode each weekend can attest, Destiny 2 definitely still has a cheating problem. but Bungie may step up its anti-cheat efforts. And based on today's evidence, being a well-known content creator isn't going to protect you from the banhammer. Bacon Gangster, another Destiny 2 YouTuber, found out the hard way. After being banned for the second time, Bacon protested his innocence, tweeting that this is kind of ridiculous and asking for some people at Bungie to look into it. There's no way I get banned when I see mad cheaters play for months. Bungie's senior community manager, Dylan Gaffner, replied, quote, bans are not issued without reason. Team has validated this action multiple times thanks to anti-cheat detection and investigation. Hamish! Thank you very much for the raid. Hey! For anyone that doesn't know Hamish, do you want to do a shout out, babe? Nice. Give him a big shout out. Nice. We've already mentioned Hamish a couple of times in the stream already, so nice. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, even, everyone that's coming in from Hamish's stream. How did the games go? When I left the stream, Hamish was just correcting the wrongs of being... it was playing pretty well, but he was pretty hard on himself because he didn't play pretty well yesterday, so he's saying that he needs to... improve. Did he get better? Was it good? What was saying? Anyway, Hamish's link's there in the chat. Feel free to go drop a follow on Hamish. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful guy. Anyway, what we're talking about, though, is... Let me jump back to the title. Banned Destiny 2 streamer denies cheating, gets ruined by Bungie. So where we are up to is... basically, Destiny added a bunch of anti-cheating options to their system, and then Bacon Gangster, a Destiny 2 YouTuber, found out about the new cheat stuff, the hardware. Let me read that bit again just to give a bit more context. After being banned for the second time, Bacon protested his innocence, tweeting that this is kind of ridiculous and asking for some people at Bungie to look into it. There's no way I get banned when I see mad cheaters play for months. Bungie's senior community manager Dylan Gaffner replied, saying, bans are not issued without reason. Team has validated this action multiple times thanks to anti-cheat detection and investigation. He also linked to Bungie's account restrictions and banning policies page. It was a pretty mild response. It also wasn't enough for Bacon, who continued to press his case, saying, and this is a quote, I'd like to see proof of what I was doing that resulted in this ban, because as of right now, this is bullshit. It's at this point, I'd like you to imagine a sharp intake of breath from the crowd. This public conversation was playing out on social media, and a streamer with thousands of followers on YouTube and Twitch had just walked directly into the line of fire. Quote, following up, Gaffner replied, took some time to triple check this with the security team. We have detected 2 accounts under your ownership using cheat suites while playing Destiny 2 and have banned 4 accounts total, includes ban evasion. This is our final communication on this matter. If you aren't familiar with reading between the lines of the measured tones adopted by community managers in situations like this, a Bungie staff member, UI/UX visual designer Elliot Gray, stepped in to dramatise the exchange. In meme form, the moral is clear. No matter how many followers you have, if you're caught cheating, the ban hammer's going to drop. I'm going to hit play on this now. This is like a minute-long video. If you're listening to this, apologies, you just have to listen to it. But it's going to read out the tweets that I've just read. Actually, no, I'll skip
just
through.
Got banned in D2 for the second time with no explanation.
I can't play full screen. So it's reading out the tweets. There's the first tweet from Bacon. Then you see the response from Bungie's community manager. Then we get the response there from Bacon again. Now we get this.
Took some time to triple check this with the security team. We have detected 2 accounts under your ownership using cheat suites while playing Destiny 2, and have banned 4 accounts total. Includes ban evasion. This is our final communication on this matter.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is why if you're gonna protest being a cheater, make sure you got your shit in order. God damn it, DMCA. Yeah. But to be fair, there was so much going on there. There's no way DMCA is picking that out, right? Right? Thanks for the shout out through. Win so much better than yesterday. Nice. Influencers trying to get special treatment and getting exposed, says Enix. Exactly. I mean, the only caveats I will add, and I went looking into Bacon's tweets, and he does have a good point, is that even though that is a good shutdown from a community manager, and I love that sort of shit because we have to deal with and put out that sort of stuff, we have had so many people protesting their innocence, whipping people up behind them to protest their innocence for them, whereas we have stats and data that are undeniable, but you can't share all of that information as proof, because if you share that, people understand how you've got that information, and then people know how to circumvent the cheating system. So there's only so much you can share as a brand, as a developer, as a community manager, as an esports professional kind of thing. There's only so much you can do. So wrapping that backwards, or like unpinning that, Bacon does say that he hasn't been shown any proof why he should be banned, which I do understand from his perspective. He hasn't. They have just said, we've looked into it and we've seen stuff. But he's saying, you're saying I've got 4 accounts. I haven't had 4 accounts. Maybe there's something on my PC that's tripping up your software kind of thing. But that is not what is happening. So I'll take it with a pinch. The only stuff that we can bring into that is that we've seen that conversation a lot of times, and I cannot remember. I'm not that it's be all and end all, but I cannot remember a conversation where I've had someone protesting their innocence like that has been innocent, or has any way of getting out of that innocence. But us not being able to share that information means that, yeah, obviously they get the benefit of the doubt kind of thing. So yeah, Bacon could be innocent, but also could just be shouting because he knows that they're not going to share the information. But long story short, don't cheat, or you get found out. 1 second. I thought someone was knocking on the door, but they wouldn't. That's fine. Enix says, especially in esports, because of the intricacies of anti-cheat, etc., we can't say why they got banned or sacked due to cheating, because some also breaks GDPR. Exactly, and that's the thing. People will take that stuff for granted. In a game of football, you run around with the football. Nice. Cheers, Alexa. Lovely. In a game of football, you run around, people can see what you're doing. If you're cheating and stuff on the pitch, people can see it. It's physically there. Whereas something digitally, not so much. Not so much. So there is ways to get around it. But all things in a real world are judged in a real world. Things in a digital world is a different concept. So you can't always be as Engy Dude. Thank you very much for the host. There's another host, back-to-back hosts.
Hey.
Appreciate that, dude. How's the stream been? You been playing some Pez? What you been playing? Hope it's been good. How you doing, dude? Yeah, so yeah, we can't always share the information that we want to share when someone has been banned, and I'm assuming that is probably the same thing for Bungie. I would, knowing what I know as someone that's had to deal with a lot of cheating in esports and competitive gaming and just games in general, I would, from my perspective, be aligned with Bungie in what they are saying. Although I do understand that they haven't given any proof, but sometimes you can. Is someone ringing the bell? Do me a favor and let them in. What? Don't know what that means. Is that a song? I don't know. Engineer says, yep, we all have to manage NDAs, GDPR, company image and reputation, etc. People don't realise that. Lotus, good afternoon. Aritza. Engineer says, good luck this stream, guys. Your stream is going to sleep. See you guys. Oh, enjoy the sleep. I don't actually know where in the world you're from, so I don't know if this is like a mid-afternoon nap / siesta, or it's super early.
Siesta.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, anyway, enjoy. See you in a bit, dude. Thank you very much for the host. Appreciate it. Tito says, you said someone knocking on the door. Come on, the People's Lottery ads. Someone knocking in the door. Someone ringing the bell. I get you. You do nothing. Do you know nothing? There you go. It's all right. We're all back in the room. It's fine. Chill out, mate. But yeah, the gist of it, a Destiny 2 streamer has been banned. He thought it was too big for the banned hammer because, you know, if I piss and moan, then people will realise I'm right? Wrong. Holland, but I'm sick as fuck. I didn't sleep, but Twitch is life, right? Got to appreciate the grind. Now, you go get yourself, tell you what, get yourself some water. Make sure you get shitloads of liquids in you before you have your nap. You'll feel much better when you wake up. Also, chicken soup. Also, speaking of food.
Thank you for the ice cream.
Yeah. Cheers, beautiful. Yeah. Prawn paella ricey jobby. Lovely. Sep
Someone's
as well,
doing well
with the host. I mean, it's full on Danielle's Deli special. I mean, we had to be fair, prawn. It's not paella. I made it say it's one of those like Uncle Ben's rice packet things, but with prawns in it. Danielle's made it. But if we just say prawn paella, and yesterday we had afternoon tea. I mean, you can take the boy out of Huddersfield and Huddersfield
doing very well.
Exactly. Love. Anyway, was expecting the Samba de Janeiro police SWAT raid in that meme, to be honest. Dutch says Holland sucks. I mean, you would say that, Dutch. I mean, you can say that, Dutch, but not so much over here. Sep, top of the morning, lads. Good morning, dude. How you doing? How's your day doing?
Morning, mate.
Yeah, we're just about to jump into our last news article. Let me jump into it. So if you don't know, we do cover news from across all of the industry. So today's articles, let me give you the rundown of what we've been speaking about. Xbox saying Halo Infinite will not be the make or break of the franchise. If the game isn't great, they'll keep on making it because it's so big. That's what she said. Call of Duty 2021 may be called Slipstream, or it may not be. That's just one of the rumours that's been going around. Destiny 2 streamer, which is what we've just spoken about, has been banned because he's a cheater, tried to deny it, and then just got wrecked on social media by Bungie. And now, finally, some free games. If you're a PS user, we've spent a long time ripping PlayStation down. Let's build them up a little bit to finish things off. As Steph Nunneley at VG247 says, PlayStation Plus games. Yes. PlayStation Plus games for July include A Plague Tale: Innocence and Black Ops 4, which is Bibby's last played Call of Duty game. There you go. You can play a bit more now, Bib. Sony has announced which games you will be able to download through PS Plus in July. The July PlayStation Plus games are A Plague Tale: Innocence, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and WWE 2K Battlegrounds, as if you didn't even put that in the title, Steph. God. A Plague Tale: Innocence is for PS5 only, while the other two games are on PS4. You already know about Black Ops 4 and what it entails, but you may not know much about the other two titles. A Plague Tale: Innocence is an action-adventure survival horror stealth game set in 1348 that focuses on Amicia and her brother Hugo, I'm assuming that's the right name, it could be wrong, who has been ill most of his life. In the game, the duo is pursued by French Inquisition troops, and they have to contend with hordes of rats that are spreading the Black Plague and devouring anything in their path. There are also hostile villagers who blame Hugo for the plague and try to kill him. There's much more to the story than that, but we don't wish to spoil it for you. As for WWE 2K Battlegrounds, it's an arcade-style brawler that features over 70 wrestlers to start off with, and over 60 were released as free DLC. It also features WWE commentators Mauro Ranello and Jerry the King Lawler. Alicia Taylor from NXT is the ring announcer, and Paul Heyman appears in the game during the campaign mode. All games will be available to add to your library from July the 6th to August the 2nd. In the meantime, you have till July the 5th to download June's offerings, which are Operation Tango, Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, and Star Wars Squadrons. So make sure you do that now. Log on to your PS Plus now if you haven't done it already. Download Operation Tango, Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, and Star Wars Squadrons. And then from next Tuesday, make sure you get yourself Black Ops 4, A Plague Tale: Innocence, and WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Free games, people. Make sure you grab them. Get them while they're there, or they're gone. Yeah. A shite collection for PS4. A Plague Tale: Innocence is supposed to be pretty decent, though, isn't it? Right? I mean, Black Ops 4, I will give and take because it's a bit older, but 2K Battlegrounds, I mean, as a free game, it's fun kind of thing. Jump in. It might not be the hardcore, like the core WWE experience that most people want, but it's free.
It's better than most of the recent WWE games, but still, I mean, Battlegrounds isn't quite as good in my opinion as All Stars was, and I thought it was going to be. Like WWE All Stars was probably one of my favorite WWE games of all time. It was so over the top, so arcade, so dramatic. It was a good game. This is a very good game to be getting for free. If you've never played it, it's definitely worth your time. First played it, I was underwhelmed, and then I went back and played it like a couple of months later, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, this is much better than a lot of the months that we've got. Like a lot of the months have been fucking shocking. I mean, the last 5 months have been really, really good. PlayStation. Well, have a look at what Xbox are getting at the moment. They aren't getting a great deal of games. Like Games for Gold now is laughable. Even the hardcore Xbox players are saying it's laughable. But these are 3 decent games to be getting for free. I mean, one of them is really, really old now, Black Ops 4, but still, the rest of them are really, really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I completely missed the. I just read it as PlayStation rather than PS4. Plague Tale is PS5, but I still stand by the 2K Battlegrounds. It's fun. Yeah, it's not a headliner. It's kind of difficult to do that. Although PS Plus has been doing that for the last few months. They've had some big stuff on there. I mean, Virtua Fighter 5 doesn't really speak to me, but that's kind of like made a bunch of people's years. And then obviously Star Wars Squadrons, that has been added straight into my basket. Ready for me to get myself some VR experiences. Yes, please. Sep, I did see the comments and did see Bibby had responded. Let me jump back to them, though. where was it? I ended up getting. I can't find it. I'm good, mate. Thanks. Hope you guys are well. We're good. We're good. Made a decision with the Wave 3 instead of the Rode Procaster. You will not be disappointed. Genuinely, when I was talking to you, I was saying on social media. Sorry, this is basically Sep is an exceptional PES streamer. If you haven't checked out Sep's stream, feel free to do so. Good guy as well. But he's Blue Yeti has just died, so he's looking for a new microphone, and we recommended these. Obviously, we got these for free, so not spawn, but hashtag gifted from Elgato. But genuinely, I prefer this much, much more than I did my Yeti. And I was saying the difference between the Wave 3 and the Wave 1 is pretty much the button on the front. That's what the 1 and the 3 is. On the 1, it has one function. On the 3, you can flick through 3 different functions, but it also has the ability to mute the stream just at the touch, literal caress of a... And I'm back. And I'm back. And that's it. It's just like, stroke it. It's really good. But the quality for a USB condenser mic is exceptional. It's really good. It's really good. So yeah, good choice. Nice. Feel free to tweet out that you got it, tag in Elgato and say that shout out to Ice Cream Uploads for the mention, because then that might help with our Elgato partnership that's in the pipeline. Wink, wink, wink. Go on, Seb. Do it. If you can be underwhelmed and overwhelmed, can you just be whelmed? That's a good conversation. It's one of those things that, like, one of those conversation topics. I don't know, can you? But yeah, whelmed. They need to get rid of gold. Own a good game in this month's. It is this month with Conquer Reloaded. What did you just say? I mean, I can read the words. It just doesn't make sense. I can't remember the last time I downloaded a Games with Gold game. I mean, I just didn't bother logging onto it because the fact that they did it twice a month and it was just complex. And I would get rid of it. But then again, if you get rid of it, the Game Pass, whilst it's wonderful, doesn't suit everyone. So you're punishing people to get rid of it. For me, I wouldn't have either, but I would probably just go with Game Pass. But yeah, there you go. Battlegrounds must have changed a bit then. When I saw it, you had to grind a fuckload just to unlock a tire for one superstar. Doesn't sound fun to me. It sounds like a mobile game wannabe. Grind or use microtransactions.
See, I think that's been like the whole grinding thing now. 20 years ago, it was acceptable for you to be able to grind and sit there and play these games for so long to be able to get the attires that you want. Nowadays, you can just pay the microtransactions. That is irrelevant to me. The microtransaction stuff to unlock everything. Fuck that. I would much rather grind to get me objective. That was the whole point of video games when I was growing up. That's the mentality that I still have. I don't want an easy way to be able to unlock everything. That doesn't suit me whatsoever. I would much rather have to do something stupid for 2 hours to try and get to where I needed to go, because that for me is what I've grown up with, and that's what I have conditioned myself to be able to have to go through to be able to get there. If there's a way and you genuinely can't be asked, you have to pay the microtransactions, whatever. That'll suit most people who don't have time to be able to do the game in that often anymore. If they only get an hour a day and it'll take them genuinely 2 months to be able to get there, may suit them. But for me, the grind is part of the game. I personally do not see a problem in it. It is all down to it's dealer's choice. It's whatever you feel like you need to do to achieve it. If that's not okay for you, that's absolutely fine to have that opinion. I won't have a go at anyone for that.
It's proper. It's full on getting ready.
I'd much rather get there myself with the grind that it is. If you don't like it, that's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I mean it's subjective and it requires balance as well, because obviously grind is good, but if you're in the realms of Assassin's Creed, grind for the sake of grind and pay to get rid of grind, not paying for transactions, but pay to get rid of grind, then that's kind of the wrong thing. I mean, I haven't played enough of Battlegrounds to say where the balance is. So I will leave that one with you because I can't really say either way. But there you go. It's free anyway. So if you haven't tried it and you want to try it, give it a go. It's free. Well, it will be on July the 6th. Speaking of July the 5th, don't forget next Monday, July the 5th, we will be giving away one of these. Oh, nope, that way go. That is the Ice Cream Uploads esports jersey. It's from our Gamers Apparel merch store. We have a few items on there. I only show that one off because that's the special one that people usually go for. Anyway, subscribers to this channel will be in a giveaway to win one of those. It's only subscribers only, so it's not like you're in a pool with 2,500 people in it. It's just subscribers. It's a very small pool. Not only is it just subscribers, but subscribers that are on the Discord. So anyway, if you've got a Prime lying around that you've not used, feel free to drop it on this channel and join the Discord, and you could win yourself a personalised, not just like, I mean, this is my jersey. I'm scrolling away from the mic, so that's why the audio is going. So this is my jersey with my name and my number on the back. You can get your own name and your own number on your jersey, so feel free to drop a sub on the channel. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the show. Thank you for joining us for an hour-ish of video game news. Let me give you the rundown of the news again. Xbox says Halo Infinite will not make or break the franchise. If Halo Infinite is bad, the series will live on. We then jumped off on a tangent with a news story that wasn't included in the script, but was shared by you guys. Tito and Enix shared the article with Sony's being criticised by indies at their lack of communication, poor discount policies, and a whole lot more. So we jumped through that. We then jumped to the fact that Call of Duty 2021 may have been seen under the codename Slipstream. Not confirmed, take it with a pinch of salt. So maybe COD is Slipstream this year. Maybe that's just a project name. We don't know. We'll keep you updated. A Destiny 2 streamer was ruined by Bungie. I'm not going to give you any more context. If you missed it, I'll just leave it like that. And then finally, the PlayStation Plus games for July have been announced, which are Black Ops 4, Plague Tale Innocence, and WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Feel free to grab all of those from next Tuesday, July the 6th. Beautiful. There we go. But that's it. We're going to jump off. We are going to jump straight back on, though. So do stick around. Do stick around. We're going to jump in for some... Are we playing PUBG? Is that what we're doing? Or are we doing...
Yep.
Are we doing...
Yep.
Do we do Knockout City? I don't know if Knockout City is up there. Oh, okay, we'll jump in with PUBG. Nice. Okay, feel free to stick around. We're going to jump off. We'll jump back on with some PUBG games. Nice. We were looking at the idea of jumping in with some PUBG PC on the test server. However, two things. One, it will kill Baby's PC. And two, I have like 10 gig of the 12 gig update still to run on that. So that will just... So we'll leave that for today. Maybe that's something I can jump on tomorrow if Baby's not around. I don't know what the plan is for Friday, but maybe... trial a little bit of that. We will see. But yeah, as mentioned, don't go anywhere. Stick around. We're not going to drop a raid or a host. We'll go off and we'll come back on again in about 10-15 minutes-ish. We may even leave the stream up, depending. So yeah, have yourselves a good day. But before we do disappear, I almost forgot. Mm-hmm. That's why I said have a good day.
You did.
Mr. Bibb, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of you. Mix. Thank you to each and every one of you that have stopped by for today. All the raids and hosts were very much appreciated. But if you want to help shape our show, put stuff in the Discord that I will not read.
Fuck's sake.
I apologize to you.
Tito in the Discord like, Bibba, read me news article.
We got there eventually. But if you want to put stuff in the Discord that we may end up picking up along the way and you want to help shape our show, there's two ways that you can do that. First of all, find us on social medias at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or get involved with our Discord if you are watching this on demand. All the links that you require will be listed below. If you're watching this live, they're all in the chat for you now. All we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next and last show of the week, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
That will be at 10 a.m. Ish. Let me drop both of the issues. Just a reminder as well, we do have animated emotes. Yeah, there you go. Because we're a Twitch partner, we get access to animated emotes. Also, if you are new here and you haven't hit follow on the channel, feel free to do so. Not only because it adds to our numbers and makes us look massive and good and strong and stuff, but also because followers get follower emotes. We are included in a beta that means that when you're on our channel, you will get access to our emotes. You can't take them elsewhere on the site like you can with normal sub emotes, but follower emotes you can use here. So if you want to get involved in our stream with our emotes and feel like one of the gang, then you don't have to have money. You can just do that by being a follower. So feel free to drop a follow on the channel. So that's it from us now. We will be back imminently with some PUBG gameplay. Feel free to stick around. If you've got PUBG console, maybe you could even jump in. You'd need Discord though, obviously. But that's it. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Everyone on YouTube, you are beautiful. Everyone on demand on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud and Google Play, we love you. And everyone else, all of you, stay frosty.